everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio. I hope everyone is doing well today. I am back today to do the last 4 prompts for November. I am behind, and so I want to wrap it up today. So I'm going to be doing the prompts for the 25th, 26th, the 30th, and the 31st, which are the last 4. So all of these are fairly simple. And I have done some of the prep work ahead of time, like fussy cutting, but I just decided I wanted that a little closer fussy cut than I did it, so I'm trimming it just a little bit. But yeah, so this will wrap up all of my makes, and then we can go into the new year working on a new project and several new projects. Of course, I'll be doing my monthly makes for Sweet Pea Curiosities design team. I hope to continue with the I Saw It on Pinterest series, as long as I can find things that I actually want to make. I was looking the other day, and there are a ton of those videos that I have made in the playlist, and I quit numbering them, and I did not realize that I had done so many of those. So if you're interested in those videos, there is a playlist on my channel where you can go back and see what I have made in various weeks, whichever ones you think might interest you. And I'm going to start a new adventure to challenge myself. For those of you that have been following me for a while, you know I did the color combo prompt challenge, and I also did the nothing, say it right, nothing but neutrals challenge. So I do have a new one in mind that I would like to do. So I'm going to be giving details on that probably the 1st of next week. So if you want to join in on that, be sure and look for that video coming up. And, you know, whether you want to participate or you just want to watch and see what's going on, and hopefully I can inspire you for journals for 2025. And yeah, so I'm trying to decide if I want to cut that little part out in between them there. I think I'm going to try. I'm going to take my little X-Acto knife and see if I can get it. I may just end up ripping it, and then I'll be out of luck, because I don't have another one of these printed. Because this is just on copy paper. It's not the thickest paper, and sometimes that doesn't work well with the X-Acto, especially if it doesn't have a brand new blade, which mine doesn't. It's pretty sharp, but it's not brand new. Come out of there. Okay, so this prompt get on to what I'm doing here while I'm doing this. Like I said, is from the 25th, Christmas Day. By the way, I hope everyone had a good holiday if you celebrate, or even if you don't. I hope you had a fabulous week. And, alright, so that's better. I like that better. Okay, so the two prompts, getting sidetracked again, are, for this one, are double tag and mechanical garden. So, at this point, usually, because I get up and do my makes before I watch videos, I don't have any idea at this point what everybody else has done. But because I have, I'm behind, I have seen some videos, and my mind went to a totally different place than everybody else's did, which is kind of scary on its own. But most everyone did flower gardens. And a lot of the videos, I will say that a lot of the videos that I watched were people that are in the UK or, you know, are not in the US, I guess. And I know that what they call a garden is not what, well, I mean, not that we don't have flower gardens here, because we do, but when I think of a garden, I think of vegetables, like a garden that you grow vegetables in. So that's where my mind went. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And all I did, this is some scrapbook paper that I had that's got kind of mechanical looking, steampunky looking pipes and all this. And this reminded me of if you were flying over a rural area, which is what I'm in, and you look down and you see all of the farmland separated out in the rows of the gardens and the farms and the fields and stuff like that. That's what I saw when I saw this paper, thinking, you know, mechanical garden. So that's why I'm using this as the background. And this was just a 6x6 piece of scrapbook paper, and I cut it in half. And that's going to be my double tag. Okay? I just put a brad in there so it would swing open. Alright? So then I have my little farmhouse here. That is a digital by Sweet Pea Curiosity. So I thought the color went really well with the background. So I fussy cut that out. And then these are my little couple. And this is their little farmhouse. And they grow fruits and vegetables in their mechanical garden. So this is just a bunch of die cuts. The cogs, some of the cogs are from Amy at Crafty Cat. The ones that are kind of rusty color, those are from Amy at Crafty Cat. She cuts them out on her Glowforge, and you can order them on her Etsy page. And then the others that are kind of the white color, Those are from Tim Holtz die cut, the one with the alarm clock on it. And then this, of course, is Tim Holtz as well. And I just kind of cut that out because I thought the top of that one kind of looked like a cog. So I cut that out and I made my little flower here, or garden. And I'm going to put it right behind my house there, I think. Just like that. And then I'm going to put my little people there. And that's going to be my... I've also got this little paper ruffle, and I think I'm just going to put it on there just because. Do I want this to be in front? No, I don't. What do they grow on their little farm, you may ask? Well, they grow corn on the cob. It's my attempt at humor. It's not a very good one, but... Yep, I think I'm going to put that little ruffle. It's just parchment paper, non-bleached parchment paper. Okay, so let's glue all that down. They might also grow cauliflower. Oh, please don't unfollow me because my humor is warped. Okay. My husband laughs at me because I think the stupidest things are funny. I'm not so much into comedy on TV. As a matter of fact, I don't like it. But I like really stupid comedy, like the Blue Man Group. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Blue Man Group or not, but they make me cry. They make me laugh so hard that I cry. And also, I don't know if you guys ever watched America's Got Talent, but Tape Face that was on America's Got Talent, he would make me cry laughing so hard. And we actually went and saw him live in Vegas because we were in Vegas on vacation and he had a show there. We didn't go to Vegas to see him. And I have never laughed so much in my life. I mean, I was crying. And my husband just laughs at me for laughing at stuff like that. But that's the kind of comedy or humor, I guess, that I am drawn to, rather than just somebody standing up there telling jokes or something that really doesn't appeal to me very much. Okay. Yeah, I think that little ruffle thing just kind of breaks up, makes those cogs stand out just a little more. Alright, so now we're going to put our house on here. I hope that's going to stick okay to that parchment paper. I think it will once it drops. And put our little couple on here. And then that one will be done. And then on the back one, turn that off a little. I'm just going to do, I've got a little digital of a seed packet. No. There we go. About glued it together. That wouldn't have been good. I've just got this little digital of the seed packet. And I'm just going to put some little cogs up here. Just like that. And then we're going to be done. And we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, I'll be glad to get these done. I've really enjoyed it, but I don't know about you guys, but if I feel like I'm behind doing something, it stresses me all out. But then I'm like, you know, you're retired. You don't have a schedule. Why are you stressing? But nonetheless, I do it. Now, if this was going in a journal that I was going to sell, I would put backs on here that you could write on. But it's going in my journal, you know, that I've been working on for this particular challenge, and I don't write in journals, and so I'm not going to worry about backing them. So there is the first one, a double tag in a mechanical garden. Okay. So the next one for the 26th was a collage postcard and curiosity shop. So for that one, I have this postcard that is an actual vintage postcard. It is written on the back. It's from 1932, but I'm not too fond of what's on the front. So I'm going to use this card, and we're going to do our collage on the front. Now, again, you know, I looked at several videos for this, and I'm missing a piece. And most people did, there it is, you know, oddities, kind of creepy, oddities in their curiosity shop. But if you, the first thing I thought of when I saw these prompts was the Curiosity Shop, which was a short story or a book by Charles Dickens. And if you're not familiar with it, it's a girl named Nell that lived with her grandfather in this curiosity shop. And from the description, it was more like a junk store, which is right up my alley. So, sorry, I wanted to get a sip of my tea. So, and here in the States, curiosity shops are more time than not antique shops that are filled with, you know, just all kinds of stuff. So that's where I'm going, and I'm just going to do a little collage here of a bunch of just antique-y looking pictures, antique shops and flea markets and stuff like that, and kind of create a collage on the front to cover this picture that I'm not too happy with. And then I'm not going to do anything to the back. So, again, this is going to be a fairly quick one. These little black and white, I keep saying, but I think it's because I haven't made a video in a while and I can't spit my words out. These little black and white pictures that you see with all the little antique-y looking stuff are from Sweet Pea Curiosities, her digital kit that is called Flea Market, I think, or Vintage Flea Market. Something to do with a flea market. And I love it. It's one of my favorite kits that she has. And a lot of this is going to be covered up with other pictures, but I want to get as much of this background covered up as I can before I start layering the other pieces. I think I'm going to put this one here. And I'm leaving the border, if you notice. And like I said, most of this won't show anyway. Okay, this particular picture here is actually from my little curiosity cabinet, which I have. And it is some of my bottles that have feathers in them that I have harvested from our property. There's hawk feathers and turkey feathers, and then I've got a bluebird feather and some crow feathers, but they've all been just picked up, you know, on walks across our property, around our property. And I want it to go on here. And then this is from a magazine, and it just has several different things. Metal boxes, has this old picture, some little old gardening tools, and some flower frogs, and just several different interesting things. And I'm gonna put it in here for a pop color. And like I said, you know, it's going to cover, you can see, it's going to cover most everything. And I'll tell you what I might do. So I think I want it, I might kind of fussy cut this a little bit. Because those little flashcard things there are a little bit more modern than I want. So let's go around. This photo. And I think this magazine that this came from is something like Flea Market Finds or something like that is the name of the magazine. So if I put that there, yeah, I like that better. Scoot that down. You're going to have just that little speck of blue right there showing, but I'm okay with that, I think. Alright, so let's glue that piece. Okay, and then my bottles will go right there. And then I've got these little baseboard books that I'm going to put down here at the bottom. And then I have this little egg on a stand. I just thought it was kind of cool. Okay, so that's gonna go on next. Oops. Don't want to put a wrinkle in it. Alright, and then we're going to put the books on here. And then we're going to put our little egg. Okay, So there's that one. There's our little Curiosities postcard. I wish I did have something to put over that blue. Or I had another blue element to put in there. I don't think I have. Oh, I do. Got the word curiosity. Perfect. Okay, so there's the 26th. So now for the 30th, the prompt is envelope flip and secret love letter. And this one's going to be really quick, I think. I tried to make these quicker because I had 4 of them. Now for this one, a lot of people were writing love letters to friends or partners or stuff like that. And I am going to I have a love letter from my hubby. And so he is the romantic, probably more than me. And when we were working, he left to go to work before me. He was a postal carrier, and so they have to be at work quite early. I always had to be at work by 7, but he had to be there much earlier than me, and he had a little bit further to drive than me. So usually he was gone before I ever got up, and it was not unusual for me to get up and he have written me a note and left it in the kitchen for me to see when I got up in the morning. And so, of course, you know, I guess I saved them, so that makes me kind of a romantic as well, right? Because I saved them all, and they're in my little, I have a journal. I don't know if you call it a journal, but I have a, yeah, I guess it's a journal. I have a book that I have all of, like, greeting cards and, you know, that kind of stuff that I've ever gotten from everybody, I guess, that, well, you know, the ones that, like birthday cards or Valentine's cards. I got a card from, you know, my boss when I crossed that 20-year threshold at my job, and just different things like that. And so that little note was in that book, and I thought, okay, it doesn't say that I have to write someone a note. It says secret love letter. So why can't it be that someone wrote it to me? So that's what I don't want that, I don't think. So that's what I have, and I'm going to put in my little envelope is this little letter from Hubs. For the envelope, I have I'm sitting here messing with it and not even telling you, a vintage airmail envelope. And I am going to create a little flip. And then I'm going to put my little love letter down in there. And because my husband is not only, was a post carrier, he is also retired military, 20 years in the Army. And so I want to do this kind of patriotic looking, color-wise for the envelope. I'm wondering, since it's supposed to be secret, I'm wondering, should I put make a pocket, put the letter back here, because everyone would be looking for it in the pocket, but they wouldn't be looking for it there. Of course, I just told you guys, but, I'd have to cut it off a little bit. Not cut it where it's not as wide. Not damaging the writing, of course. I think that's what I'm going to do. So, I'm going to glue this down on 3 sides. And this is a digital scrap from Amy at Crafty Cat. And I don't know if it's in she has one of these flower ones that's, kind of patriotic. And then she has another one that's all different colors. And I'm not sure which one this one is in. And then and this is in the patriotic one. Then I'm going to put this right here. And then I want to use this cow, just because it's red, white, and blue, and I like cows. That's the reason for that. And then I've got this little boy and girl. And although we weren't this young when we met, we were 17 and 18, so we were pretty young. Okay. Oh, no. Did you see what I just did? And I'm not going to be able to get that up. I just glued my pocket shut with a little girl. Just a little bit. Okay. All better. I did glue that bottom piece too, though. Okay, I think what we're going to have to do is fold it again. But that's okay. We can do that. So my love letter's going in there. Just like that. Okay. So there's that one, and that'll flatten out once it gets smushed in my journal, and you won't be able to tell that's a pocket right there so much. Alright, last one. Okay, the last one is mixed media tag and urban graffiti, and that is today's prompts. I have not seen any videos for this one, so this is going to be my take on this one. Of course, all these are my take, but I'm not going to be influenced by anything, I guess is what I'm saying. So I had this tag already in my stash, and you can see that it is very much mixed media already. For those of you that are interested in how I made this tag, there is a video, and the process that I used is called salt wash. And basically what you do is you paint your bottom layer with a mixture of acrylic paint and salt. And you want a coarse salt. You want either Epsom salt, kosher salt, a more coarse salt. And you paint your bottom layer. And then you proceed to paint as many layers as you like. I believe on this one I did 3. My base layer was red. Then I did this blue color. And then my top layer was kind of this mustard color. And then after you let all those dry, you take sandpaper and you sand it. And it exposes all the layers underneath, plus it has a really textured finish. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then you can stamp on it or splatter on it. I did white splatters on this one, or whatever you like to decorate it after you get your painting done. And I have this in my stash, like I said. So, and it was just the background. There wasn't anything on it or anything like that. And so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to use this little tag. So we're going to use that. And then again, the first thing I think of when I think of graffiti is trains. And I love train graffiti if it's done nice. If it's just some little kid that's gone by and, put a dirty word on there or whatever, that's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about the real graffiti art that a lot of these adults and kids put into the work on these train cards, even though they shouldn't, but they do. I think it's some of the prettiest artwork, and I really enjoy it. And there's a train that was on my way to work, train track, that a lot of times I would catch the train in the mornings and have to sit there and wait. And I really enjoyed seeing what they had done to the cars as they, went by. So, yeah, so it made me think of trains and graffiti. And so that's where my mind kind of went with this. And so I've done a train ticket here, just with the Tim Holtz stamp. This is also a Tim Holtz stamp, and I think it kind of has a graffiti look. and I stamped it with potting soil and then just kind of cut around it. Because at this point, I can't really stamp on this for you to be able to see anything on it because of the roughness. And then I have a train that is just an old, I cut it out of an archive book that it's a pictorial archive. And it's just an old train from the 30s. And then I cut out these two little guys, which is a digital that I have, and I can't remember whose this is. But I thought that they look like they probably could do some damage with some paint on some trains. And so, they got their hands in their pockets. Wasn't me. So that's what I'm going to put on my tag. And then I have this clip in my stash that kind of matches the blue. So we're going to do that. And I really am debating how much of this I want to. I really want that part that says Railway Company, Market Street Railway. But I don't want to cover all my background. Maybe we'll do it like that instead. I think I'll do it like that. Okay, so I'm going to put the tag on here. And I am going to use art glitter because, like I said, this background is quite rough. Oh, come on, glue. And I printed this, or stamped the ticket on newsprint paper because I wanted to be able to kind of put that texture on the paper. Okay, and then we want our train. I want to be able to tell it's a train. Maybe I'll do it something like that and then cut it off. Scoot that down just a little. Okay, so let's glue this on. You can see the back. You can see that that process is pretty messy when you're doing the salt wash, but the effect is awesome. I think I'll do that about right. I think I'll do it about right there. The wind is whipping here today. It's blowing in an old nasty cold front, unfortunately. Okay, and then let's put our little guys down and we'll be done. Nope. Nope. I'm trying to get them in the location where it looks, where you can tell most that there's a train back there. I like those little numbers right there. All right, Jamie, quit fiddling. Okay. All right, and then we got our little clip. All right, so that is that one. So we got all 4 of them done, and I appreciate your patience with me getting that done. And what I'll do is I'll put these in my journal, and maybe the next video do a flip through of all the makes, and we can see how the journal came out. So this one is our double tag with mechanical garden, and this one is our curiosity shop and our postcard. Need to cut the end of that book off just a tad. There we go. And then collage postcard. This one is our envelope flip with our secret love letter. And then this one is mixed media tag and graffiti, urban graffiti. So I hope you guys enjoyed those, and I'll be back soon, and we will hopefully make something interesting. I think my next video will be the I saw it on Pinterest on Thursday. So until then, Happy New Year, guys. I know some of you have already had New Year, and I wish everyone the best of luck and health and love and all that kind of good stuff in the new year. And I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye.